What's up, everyone? It's me, Adam Prime, and here I am for the next week of the Blazing Toku Moviethon. And as you can see, I have a ton of crap on my table because this week, since there are a lot of new movies subbed, I'm going to be focusing a little bit on modern movies. So, one of the ones that came out last year, I think, was Kamen Rider Saber with Zenkaiger, SuperHero Senki. This movie was a lot. It was a little bit of sensory overload. Like, the story was interesting, to say the least. Like, it was just kind of there. Like, this dude shows up. I don't even know the main villain's name. He just kind of showed up and was like, hey, I look like a wolf kind of thing. And it's like, oh, alright. And he broke a bookcase from chains. And everyone started to cross over. Oh no! It's just, it's ridiculous. It's like obviously you have the Zenkaiger and Saber characters. But like, you saw the Imagine from Deno. And you got Arturo, Sogo, and 01. Oh yeah, before we go any further, spoiler alert, I'm going to be just talking about this. I don't know how long this movie's been out, but yeah, I am going to get into spoilers, but like, those are things we saw in trailers that these actors were going to be back, so if you're just like, oh, Arturo's back, I didn't know, it's like, well, then did you not watch the trailers? Because I think he's in at least one of those trailers. But yeah, they were getting these storybooks and they were getting sent to different dimensions. So Saber goes to the Zenkaiger world and Zenkaiger goes to Saber's, but then they go into two different stories, which were the, oh my god, was it like the Eight Swordsmen? The Tale of the Eight Swordsmen or something like that? That's with Saber. And like, you gotta see like Deca Master and stuff in there, which that was cool. Like, Deca Master is one of my favorite suits, so I was cool to see him. Yeah, sorry, no Deca Rangers represented in this pile. I tried, but I don't know what you expect me to do. And that's the weird thing I want to say about this plot. Like, it was just kind of there. It just kind of felt like they just wanted to do everything they wanted to in this movie, and that was just to have a bunch of fights, which was somewhat fun. And if you enjoy the Saber characters, they're there. Okay, if that's your thing. I'm not the biggest fan of Saber, and that kind of really didn't do a lot. I did like seeing the Zenkaigers a lot, though. The Zenkaigers were always fun. And it's weird because we technically only had two, because you had Watoma was with Juran, and Kaito was with Blades. Those were it for like the main characters. When they went into other stories, they just got a bunch of cameo characters. So like Majin, Rune, Gowan really weren't in the movie for that long, and you know, Saber's 12 riders weren't able to fit in. Gotta catch my breath for a second. But it was overall a very entertaining movie, and throughout it all, they were with a guy named Shotaro, and he was drawing the superheroes. I don't know who that could be. I have no idea. Who could it be? Could it be that it's Shotaro Ishinomori, the creator of Kamen Rider? And if you said yes, you're the winner of the day! As soon as you see him and hear his name, you know it's gonna be Ishinomori. You're like, that's him. And he's like, oh, I'm trying to find a way to draw somebody. And there was a moment when I thought maybe he would see 01 and try to draw 01 and then be like, oh yeah, that's more like how I want it. Like Ichigo, because it's like, they're both grasshoppers. They didn't do that. Also, he's their god. For whatever reason. Ishinomori, which makes sense, I guess, because he made the original Kamen Rider, and without the original Kamen Rider, none of them would also exist. Or the Sentai. So none of it would have existed if he was like, I'm not going to write superheroes. So yeah, he's god of their world, and was really into, is it May? What was the editor? Like, he was into her, so whatever. I don't know, something about that. But, like, then, like, there's a moment in the stories where, like, the main villain convinces him to not make heroes. So, like, everyone gets to live their real lives. But we don't get to see Kaido's. We only get to see, like, Toma, where it's, like, he's with, like, oh my god, Luna and other guy.
Espada.
Okay, it's Espada. And it was just kind of just showing you that it's a good time. Like, there was really, it just felt weirdly trippy because it felt like they were almost on a green screen or touching like panels and everything, and it just felt so not real. I was like, what is happening? What is happening in this movie? And it was also really fun to see them go through the stories, though. Like, Kaito and Blades were going through Journey of the West, and they immediately run into the Imagines, which it's funny because they were costume characters wearing costumes. It's costumeception, and it's hilarious. And we get to see Omagio, and that was pretty cool. And then Sogo shows up and just, like, beats around everybody and then does a cameo barrage of a bunch of writers at everything. So, it was interesting because we saw Grand Geo, and then I think we see regular Geo at the end. So it's like, wait, so you went your final form earlier, but your main form now. Okay, bro, whatever you decide to do. Then you got Arturo, which he was fun to see again. It's like he also, Raptor from Q Ranger was in this, and was just like shutting down all his jokes, kind of like Izu. But he seemed way more angry about it this time around. He's like, stop explaining my jokes! What are you doing? It's like, that's like, I don't know why. It just gave me those vibes of just, he was just angry at something, and I don't know. But it was cool to see her and Xiao. It was good to see Xiao Longpo. I don't know. I usually just call him Dragon Pimp. Because, I don't know, something about, like, his commander jacket, like, it was just fluffy, and he has a cane. He's a Dragon Pimp. And it was fun to see them again, too, but it was super funny that they really weren't doing anything, and it was just like, why aren't they transforming? And then, like, these books show up in front of them, and they're like, oh, I guess we now can fight, too. So it's like, wait, so were you just doing what the story told you? You're like, we're not one of the 8 swordsmen, so we're not gonna fight. And yeah, so that's kind of how we went back and forth. Like I said, we had Deca Master, who was just kind of there for the 8 Swordsmen story, but we also get Kirame Blue and Shinken Green. So they were cool. Like, it was nice to see the characters interact, but they really didn't interact for long. But we did get to see a good chunk of the Den-O cast, because as soon as Kaido and Blades helped them out, they're like, hey, let's go on board the Den Liner. And they were like, okay. And, you get to see everyone from the Den Liner. You even get to see Owner. So that was cool. Cool to see him still around. And, yeah, I was about to say, they go through their story. There were the 2 monsters for this, which, I guess let's get into them, which I think one is Saber World, which is like a Zenkaiger monster based off Saber, and then I think it's like the Zenkaiger Megiddo or something like that. Whatever. What was Saber's monster names? Does anyone care? No? Let's just go. And yeah, they look kind of gross, but like the Zenkaiger Saber monster looked really weird because it was just like a torso with another half torso like this just coming at you. And you're just like, okay. And overall, it was really interesting because it's like you kept having this message of like, what do you want to do with your life and everything. And it was kind of very interesting because it goes into Ishinomori. It's like, oh, do you want to create these characters? And like, if I remember something where it's like, oh, they look evil or something like that. And it was really interesting how they go about it. And eventually, obviously, by the end, he draws Ichigo, and he draws like Red Ranger guy. Aka Ranger. That's him. That's his name, Aka Ranger. And, like, all the Sentai and Kamen Riders appear, and Shin is a mannequin. I'm going to throw a picture of it, and, like, because I can't show a clip, but I will throw one little picture of it. Because he's just a mannequin. He's just... I'm here. Like, no, like, everyone else does, like, the... Like, turn, like I'm using my chair to turn. Like, he was just... That was Shin. Like, he didn't get... You didn't even get to see him fight. Like, they literally go through a montage of being like, hey, this guy's fighting, this guy's fighting, this guy's fighting, this guy's fighting, this guy's fighting. Hey, look at these people are teaming up. Hey, look, it's all the dinosaurs. Hey, look at all the monster people. Hey, it's magicians. It's this, it's that, it's that, it's that, that. And it's just like, whoa. Stop for a second. I need a break. Like, Ichigo's there just punching people. You don't see Shin once, because I don't think they could get anyone to wear that suit. They were like, no. I'm not gonna do it, so they're like, put the mannequin in the lineup, and then don't mention him after that. It's like, is the suit decaying? Is there something wrong with the suit? It's like, why was Shin just like a mannequin? And that was just kind of funny. And the final fight is pretty cool. And like I said, like, I've been saying spoiler alert this whole time, but like, the ending of this movie, again, if you are a fan of Kamen Rider, if you're a fan of Sentai, watch this movie. It's a fun time. It's a crazy time, but it's a fun time. And the ending was so almost surreal, and I feel like you could get, like, the actor got swept up in it to the point where it's like, so at the ending, Ichigo shows up, and they updated the original suit, so the suit looks like the original show colors. Which, I'm realizing I'm skipping something, but I'll get back to this. This scene was maybe my favorite scene from the whole movie. And it was like Takeshi Hongo talking to Ishinomori. And it's like, and it is the original actor, like, what's his name? It's Fujioka something. Either way, it's the original actor, and he's just like, oh, I never thought I would see you again. And he's like, thank you, and everything. And it's like this very touching scene, and it almost looks like the actor got swept away in what he was doing in the scene he was in, because it looked like he was about to cry. It's like, it was almost very emotional and kind of upsetting. You're just like, oh my god. And it was just like, the thank you for creating me. And your creations are going to go way past when you're alive. And, like, don't lose sight of that. It's like, you live in so many people's childhoods. And it was a nice message. And it was a good message to end with. And obviously, before we could get a nice end message, we had to have a giant CGI monster fight, because everything that was CGI just got thrown at the screen, and we get a new Saber plus Zenkaiger power-up, where it literally looks like Dragonic Knight got a coat of Zenkaiger paint. And it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool book. It's a pretty cool form. And I like it. And, yeah, this movie was kind of a trip. Had its ups, its downs. And overall, I would say it's really fun to watch. If it's like there's nothing in there that interests you, yeah, you can pass on it, but overall, I had a fun time. So, I'd highly recommend it. And I think that's it. So, what did you guys think of SuperHero Senki? Like, what was your favorite cameo? Was there anybody you were hoping they could get in, but they couldn't? Obviously, they couldn't get Joe Aguirre, Takeru Sato. Like, they're too busy. There's no way they were going to get them. So, it's like, but like, yeah, did you guys enjoy the cameos and who they picked? Did you like the new form? Do you feel Senkai? Oh, the Akiba Ranger cameo. That was amazing. I almost forgot. I would have been so mad at myself if I would have forgot the Akiba Ranger cameo. That was amazing. And I like that, like the ghost versions of the Akiba Rangers, like Akiba Red was like, "Oh my god, Zenkaiser, give me your autograph," and he was just like, "What the hell?" And, like, they just, like, beat the monster out of pure puns and silliness, and it was amazing. But yes, that's another one of my favorite moments. But yeah, like I said, this was a fun movie. It was a fun watch, and if you didn't watch it and you just heard me talk about it for about 15-ish minutes, who knows, like, give it a watch, man. Like, don't take my words and what I'm telling you. Just, like, go see it. It's fun. But if you're just like, oh, I don't like new Toku, I only watch classics, like, probably not Shin Kamen Rider Prologue. Nobody likes that one. And if you like that one, I'm sorry. Not sorry. It's not that great. But that's pretty much it, and I guess it's time for me to send you to Bellerock so he can tell you what our next movie is, because that's it. That's all I have to say for this. So thank you so much for watching, and take it away, Bellerock!
Next week's movie is Kamen Rider O's 10 Years After, Core Medal of Resurrection. Why is this title so long? Bye.